Okay, we're ready. Hi, guys. We have some people on?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi. So we're going to talk about
Skin
today. We're going to talk about skin, which I think is everyone's favorite topic to talk about.
Yes.
Debbie's on, Lori's on, my sister's on. I see them.
It's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining.
They are good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay.
So the first thing we're going to talk about, we had quite a few questions, but the first couple things we're going to talk about is kind of like the 3 things that we think everyone should have for their skin.
Yeah, and I mean, we keep repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
To everyone who comes in.
Yeah. So the 3 things that we feel like everyone should have in their regimen is definitely vitamin C.
We have like 2 vitamin C's that we use a
A lot that we love. And then the next thing we think that you should have in your regimen is retinol.
And you didn't bring any retinols.
I think, Hannah, you have some retinol, don't you? You should see the skincare bag that Hannah just dumped out on the floor. So this is tretinoin gel, which is a prescription strength
Did you bring some?
Retin-A, but we also have some retinols that we use in the office.
Yes, there's a lot of retinols out there.
Yeah. And then the third thing that we think everyone should have is an SPF.
So this is like one example.
Yeah. Or 2 examples. Yeah. So this is UV Clear and UV Elements. And Hannah's going to kind of bring us a little picture, a little visual in the back. She's our own little Vanna White. Okay, so these are the key 3. So retinol, vitamin C, and SPF. And we talk about how these key 3 things work for acne, for aging, for redness, and for pigmentation. And so if you have these key 3 things, you're doing pretty much, don't you think, everything that you
70%.
could need, 70% that you need.
Okay, so this is another.
The retinol skin brightener. Yeah.
Our aesthetics online, if you want to make a shout out to Winnie. She's watching.
Hi, Winnie. We miss you. So basically, if you're using the key 3 things, you're doing, like she said, about 70% of, and really what all you can do at home to prevent aging, acne, redness, and pigmentation. And so
we're also gonna like show you examples of
some skin. Yeah. So should we show Hannah's skin? Sure.
Are we gonna talk about pores?
You can talk about pores first.
Yeah.
So we had some questions about pores.
SPF.
And SPF.
Yeah. We planned this.
Bananas.
We're like
bananas
because we all have ADD, so we go from one thing to another.
Okay, let's talk about SPF first.
Yes.
And vitamin C.
Yes.
Okay. So vitamin C. Everyone, I think, always is like, there's so many vitamin C's on the market.
Yes.
There's so many vitamin C's on the
I
market.
switched it to myself.
Were you on the live? Okay. So there's so many vitamin C's on the market, and really vitamin C's are not all created equal. Because
vitamin C is vitamin C, but
but vitamin C deactivates very quickly.
Yes.
And so for a lot of vitamin C's that aren't in their stable form, things that you could get over the counter or at, major department stores, as soon as you open that vitamin C, it's oxidizing and it's not going to work or have the efficacy.
So oxidizing means like, how a copper gets black?
Yes.
Or purple or blue?
Yeah.
That's oxidizing, meaning it doesn't work anymore.
And it's basically when oxygen, when it gets oxygen to it. And so we did a little trick with our vitamin C. So this is using our Zeo self-activating vitamin C. And so if you can see, can you see?
Oh, sorry.
Can you see these 2 bananas?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the top banana is we put these bananas out in the sun. We treated the bottom one with vitamin C, and we did not treat the top banana with anything. And as you can see, the top banana is getting brown, it's kind of aging. This is the same thing that the sun is going to do to your face without vitamin C.
Yes.
So vitamin C is an antioxidant. It helps with pigmentation that you already have, but it also, the main thing it does is prevent this pigmentation that's happening, like the banana is yellowing and aging. Yeah.
So, and this is only in like, what, an hour?
It was like 30 minutes to an hour.
Minutes.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes.
And it's not even that sunny outside. It's like kind of cloudy.
Yeah. So that just kind of shows you what vitamin C does to your skin. And then you want to talk about SPF?
Yes. So SPF, if you think you can go to like Walmart or Target and get SPF and you think that's okay, it's not.
So So tell them about like physical versus chemical SPF.
So there's a physical sunscreen, which is zinc or titanium oxide, and then there's chemical sunscreen, and there's lots of chemical sunscreens. So there's some chemical sunscreen that if you put on, the sun, along with the chemical sunscreen, has a reaction, and it can actually make your melasma or your pigmentation worse.
And that's like oxybenzene, is that what it's called?
Oxybenzene.
I think we wrote it down.
Yeah.
Oxybenzene. And I think that's what's in most like over-the-counter sunscreens that you would use for your body.
Oxybenzone, yes.
Oxybenzone.
So like, don't use that. And sometimes you can see like, you know, that stuff that you put on, the sunscreen that you put on, and it's like chalky white.
And like pilling.
Yeah.
So basically the difference between physical and chemical sunscreen, and it's different for different people's skin, but physical sunscreen is actually going to bounce the rays of sun off of your skin. So the UVA and UVB rays that you're getting, the physical sunscreen actually is a physical barrier, and the sun rays bounce off. Whereas a chemical sunscreen, the rays are actually going to penetrate the skin, but they prevent it from doing any damage to the skin. So it's important to have both, but it's different based on your skin type.
And how many people do you meet that tell you that, oh, I don't go out much, or I'm not really in the sun,
so
I don't use sunscreen?
Yeah, that's all the time. And so if you're not, just because you're not actively laying and baking in the sun, doesn't mean that you're not in the sun. You're in the sun when you're driving.
So also computers.
Yeah, computers also give you
enough sunscreen.
Is it
UV, there's another UV radiation.
It's like the blue light rays.
Yes.
I can't think of what
well, you get blue light.
Yeah.
So and that does enough damage to your skin.
Yeah.
So you do need sunscreen if you're in front of your phone or your screen.
Yeah, exactly. So sunscreen is so important. So really the key three: vitamin C, retinol. We didn't really talk about that much, but pretty much everyone knows that retinol is like the queen of anti-aging.
Yes.
And so retinol is so important for your skin because it's constantly signaling your skin cells to turn over. So we have our dermis of our skin, which is the alive skin cells, the great healthy skin cells, and then we have our epidermis, which is the dead skin cells on top. Basically what retinol is doing is signaling the dermal skin cells to move up to the top, move up to the top, move up to the top, so you have fresh baby skin on the top all the time. Prevents fine lines, wrinkles, can help get rid of pigmentation,
acne.
And acne, it's great for acne because it controls sebum, which kind of leads us into pores.
Yes, and so pores, you know, like everyone's obsessed about their pores, especially younger people, because, you know, you always want to get rid of the pores and the blackheads. So what really is a blackhead? So his, you know, anyway, so everybody asks, what's a blackhead, right?
Yeah.
So everybody has pores. The only people who don't really have pores are babies. Once you start making oil, you're going to have pores.
The oil has to have somewhere to escape from. Yes. Yeah.
So the more oil you make, the more pores, more your pores are visible because the oil has to come out. So the better you clean, the smaller your pores are going to be.
Yeah.
The less oil you make, the smaller your pores are going to be.
Exactly.
So how do you get rid of pores?
So there's lots of ingredients that can help you get rid of pores. The main thing is making sure, I think for a lot of like younger people, like I think makeup is so fun and makeup is like important and fun and everyone wants to put on a good face of makeup, but really making sure the first step in getting rid of stuff in your pores is making sure you're cleansing your face really well, getting rid of all that makeup that you have on your face. And then there's a lot of different acids. People talk about beta hydroxy acids and alpha hydroxy acids
and salicylic
acid, which is a type of beta hydroxy acid. Those are all great for your pores because beta hydroxy acid is going to actually clean out the sebum and the junk in the pore, and glycolic is going to help outside break down the pore so that junk is able to come out. So they kind of work together. And if you think about it, if you have a hole and it's packed full of stuff, that hole is going to expand and get bigger. If you take the stuff out of the hole is going to shrink back to its normal size. You're still going to have a pore, but it can make your pores appear way less visible when they're not full of
And
junk.
why is there a blackhead? The blackhead is just the oil that oxidized.
Same way the vitamin C did with the banana, without the vitamin C. But it just oxidizes, so when oxygen touches that
the
sebum,
oil, it becomes black.
Exactly.
So the way you get rid of pores or make them smaller is by cleaning them, by using the steamer.
Yeah,
and
microwave steamer.
And that's your steamer.
Yes.
Oh, and this is a question.
Yes. Okay, question about vitamin C really quick while we're still on that subject. So store brand vitamin C, okay. I don't love any there. I've tried a lot of store brand vitamin C's. I've tried a lot of not to mention any specific brands, but a lot of brands that you can buy at Ulta or Sephora. And like we said, I think that most store brand vitamin C's are not in their stablest form. It's expensive to put vitamin C into a stable form. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of them are kind of overpriced for what they are. And so I think it's better spent to spend your money on medical grade vitamin C, in my opinion. Yeah, my opinion. And some of them also have some added ingredients that are antioxidants, but can also be very clogging to people that have acneic skin. And
it's hard to keep a vitamin C in its stable form and add other stuff
to it
and still keep it stable. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
So I would say there's not a store brand vitamin C that I like, unfortunately. Retinol in the summer is out in the sun. So if you're going to be directly in the sun, like if you're going to be laying out at the beach, I definitely think hold your retinol during that period of time. If summer, it is more sunny, we have more daylight, as long as you're wearing a really great SPF, you're okay to use your retinol just for day to day. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I mean, I'm used to it, so I wear it all the time. But I use a very mild retinol.
Yeah.
But like, if I really want to peel, I go higher, and I use it at night.
Yeah. So I usually skip mine. Like if I'm going to go on a beach vacation, I won't use my retinol during that period. The other thing that makes you really photosensitive is alpha hydroxy acid. They even make you more photosensitive than retinols will. And that is things like glycolic, lactic, and kojic acid. And those you do have to be more careful with when you're out in the sun. You should definitely skip those types of products because they can make you burn more easily.
Yes.
Yeah. So retinol causing rash breakout normal. This is a great question for this question. Because there's basically people think either they're not tolerating a retinol okay, or they think they're having a reaction. So we need to talk about reaction, which is an anticipated reaction, versus an actual like allergic reaction.
Yes.
Because retinol, for most people that aren't used to using a retinol, it is dryness, flakiness, burning, itching, redness, all anticipated reaction from having a retinol.
It's like the at-home peel that we did.
Yeah. You want to produce inflammation in the skin so that those new skin cells can turn over.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. So I usually say most people start to tolerate their retinol after about 6 weeks. So I would say at the end of 6 weeks, if you still feel like you're seeing a reaction, then that's when it's time to kind of back off or reach out to your provider and see what's going on. The other thing is purging, and I think a lot of people don't understand when they put these active ingredients that they can purge, and that's normal. You don't want that junk deep down in your skin. And if you're purging, I see it as, hey, the retinol is doing what it's supposed to. It's bringing that stuff to the surface, and it's not just festering underneath and going to come out, right before I have a wedding I want to go to or an event or something. I'd rather get it out, when I know it's going to happen. Yeah. So any other questions about retinol or vitamin C? Okay, good. What are we going to talk about next?
We're going to talk about all the stuff that you can do at home, which is really fun.
Yeah, that is really fun. That's probably the funnest part of this.
Yes. So we bought all the stuff which we have at home and which a lot of people have at home. So I'm excited. We got this little steamer.
Yes. So steamer is great. This can help you. So when we're talking about pores, it kind of goes back to pores. This is going to open up your pores. So, when you get if you do bathroom surgery, like so many people do, and pop their blackheads in the mirror, which you should not do, but we're all guilty of it. If you've ever noticed, if you try to go pop your blackhead, right, like when you come home from work, it's not out very easily, but after you get out of the shower, it comes off so much more easily. Yeah. So steamer is basically opening up your pores so that junk can come out.
This is my daughter's steamer, and she uses it regularly, and I think it's a great habit,
Yeah, it's great before you put on a mask, or before you use two of our favorite things, the oil control pads or the complexion renewal pads.
Because it'll actually make your stuff better.
Yeah. So this is great at home facial. Other things that we like, everyone loves rollers. So there's kind of 2 different rollers that we have. So we have like your traditional jade roller. This is great.
Rose quartz.
Rose quartz, yeah. And this is great for lymphatic drainage.
And Winnie does these for all her facials.
She does, and everyone loves this.
She puts them in the fridge.
And they feel amazing.
Oh, we have to get our little fridge. Oh, that's like an amazing thing. Can you get the mini fridge? So
yeah. Yeah. So the rose quartz roller or jade roller, these will work just to help with puffiness, with inflammation. They feel awesome. I also like to do it after I put like my last step of skincare on, just to kind of help it absorb into my skin.
So this is like when you do your lymphatic.
Yeah. And then I love this one, which is like a little like uplift device. And so you use it kind of like this on your face, and it's really going to get that extra.
Oh, can you do that where you do it on me?
Yeah.
And so you can see the difference. Okay, first see.
Okay.
Okay, first see before.
Okay. Can you guys tell? I do this every morning. I feel like I lose 5 pounds when I do it. I mean, that's not true, but can you guys tell the difference? Good. So it just tightens your skin. It's going to get out. Everyone has fluid in their skin.
Good. I feel like I got a massage.
Okay.
Oh, this is really nice. Condensation.
So this we use for our like Botox
in our rooms.
But this is great for like your
gua sha.
You can put it in your bathroom.
Yeah. Put your eye cream in there.
Winnie puts her gua sha stuff in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And we can do another little demo that we post on Instagram of like we can have Winnie like do a little Instagram on how to like gua sha and how to roll like in the right directions.
In Japan, when I went to Japan last year, everybody has a fridge in their bathroom.
It's like part of their just normal.
It's normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had room for a fridge in my bathroom.
You can make room. You have those like those hanging shelves or whatever.
Freestanding shelves. What is it called?
Floating shelves.
Floating shelves. Wait, what is that? I don't understand the question.
Preserve
in there to preserve it when you take a break.
Oh, yes. You
it
can
just
preserve.
feels nice.
And it feels good going on.
Like this feels so good, you know.
Yeah. We should talk about, you know how the back of the thing has a little jar on it with 12M? A lot of people don't know that's how long it lasts after you open it.
Yes,
so you should use your stuff.
Especially for sunscreens, like they do have an expiration date, so you should definitely be checking the expiration date on your sunscreens. For
sure. It also feels good when you chew your masseter so much.
Yeah, if you clench your jaw using the jade roller is
this feels so good.
Gua sha. Okay, so someone wants to know what a gua sha is. So gua sha, it's a little rose quartz
or jade
stone. I don't know where the name gua sha comes from. Do you know?
No, but we can look it up on Google.
Yeah. So basically, this is used the same way that the jade roller is, but it's basically used along the jawline, and it's just to do lymphatic drainage. Used along the jawline, usually from
any lymphatic channel.
Any lymphatic channel. So usually from the jawline up, we usually go up because the lymphatic drain up here, and then underneath the jawline, the lymphatic drain down by your clavicle. So you always want to kind of go down towards your clavicle. This, I think it feels really good if you put like an oil on your skin at night or just for puffiness in the morning.
China and Southeast Asia, it means to release tension.
What? Oh, it means to release tension. Gua sha. Awesome. That's awesome. So it means to release tension.
Winnie says China.
See, Winnie would know. She needs to be here.
We do need Winnie here.
Okay. So next tool that we love, that I think everyone loves to do at home, but that we also do in the office, we need to talk about dermaplaning.
Oh, I would love a good dermaplane.
Yes. So, dermaplaning. Everyone does this at home. Everyone knows what a tinkle razor is. So we're going to talk about
a what?
Tinkle razor. So you can get these on Amazon. These are the Tinkle brand. Schick also makes a brand of razor. We don't know which one's better. But Tinkle is what I use at home. When we see you in the office for a dermaplane, we're going to use an actual disposable scalpel. And so there's a big difference with these. You should do the same procedure when you do them, both at home and in the office, but you want to tell me the difference?
Yeah, there's a big difference. I mean, like when you're doing, I have these at home too.
Yeah.
And when you're doing this, like
it's just getting off the peach fuzz.
Just the peach fuzz, and it's very superficial. And you think you're doing the same thing, but you're not.
Yeah, because you see all this peach fuzz falling off, and you think you're doing the same thing. And you are probably getting a little bit of your dead skin cells off with this. But when we do this in the office, we're using an actual scalpel. So this is going to be similar to when your husband or your boyfriend shaves their face. They're using an actual razor blade to shave their face, and that's why men always age so gracefully, because they're constantly shaving their face and exfoliating. So when we use
but they're
scalpel,
only shaving from here down.
Yes.
So when you feel this part versus this
part of their face, it'll feel different.
It is very different.
Yeah. So this is going to get off all the layers of dead skin in addition to.
And also, when Winnie does the dermaplaning, have you seen how she preps your face?
That's so important.
She steams. Then she puts like a warm towel. Then she she cleans, steams, puts a warm, moist towel. I mean, she
and
gets
then
alcohol. I mean, she does prep so much. And then when she does it inch by inch by inch, stretches
holding
your
the skin tight,
inch by inch by inch. You are not doing that at home. And then when I feel the skin, it is delicate. I mean, it is just like you feel like you really had like a half an inch of dermis taken off.
I know. But it's so important, like at home, if you're using a tinkle razor at home, it's so important that you cleanse really well before, that you use some kind of either alcohol swab or like some kind of toner pad that has active ingredients in it before to really clean your skin off, and that you avoid any pimples when you're going over this, because this is opening up your pores, and so it can, if you go over a pimple, then that bacteria that's in the pimple can get introduced into your open pores, and you can have a major breakout after it. And just cleaning, making sure you're not using these more than one time. We wouldn't
throw them away.
Throw them away after you use them, and then like wash your pillow that night. Don't lay.
Wash your pillows, because like there's
a lot of bacteria. There's a lot of bacteria.
Yeah. Don't sleep with your makeup on.
How to prevent breakouts after dermaplaning, which we kind of said. So making sure you're cleansing your face really good before, or using some kind of active ingredient like glycolic or salicylate.
Don't use your dirty makeup brushes on your face.
Yes.
And makeup goes on beautifully after dermaplaning.
Yes.
Like it just is. It's a life-changing experience.
And don't put your makeup on right after you dermaplane. Like, just don't do that. Your pores are so wide open. Dermaplane at night. After you're done dermaplaning, let your skin rest. Don't touch it. Don't immediately go like lay down on your dirty couch or on your dirty pillow. Let your skin, let it have, I usually say like 30 minutes to an hour for your pores to kind of close. Don't put your makeup on right after. All of those things will make it break out. It's like putting makeup on right after a facial.
Or surgery.
Or yeah. Or microneedling or something like that. Where your pores are so open. So all those things can help. I do use alcohol swab before mine, just to get out any bacteria. And I feel like sometimes I'm doing that better. Or an oil control pad. Yeah. We have other questions? Okay. Let's see. Should you start using retinol every day or build up to it when starting a new skincare routine?
So build up, I guess.
Yeah. So there's like two schools of thought with this. If you have very sensitive skin, I think you should always build up over time, using it every other night to every night. You can even mix it with a moisturizer if you're really, really, really sensitive. The other way is to just kind of push through. If you have resilient skin, you can push through and you'll be able to tolerate it a little bit faster. For everyone though, you should not be using it past where your orbital rim is, like the bone right here. Do not use it under your eyes, on your eyelid. Most people tend to get more dry like around their mouth. So, maybe back off on the use around it. Just because you're using a skincare product doesn't mean you have to put it over your entire face. If you're tolerating it okay on your forehead and your cheeks and on your jawline, put it there and avoid around your mouth if it's dry.
And remember your neck and décolleté.
Yes.
Because there was I remember there was this one woman who came to see me, and she'd been using retinol for like the last 20 years, but she never used it on her neck. And there was such a difference. It was like she was 20 years younger on, this way up.
And pretty much everyone that uses retinol on their neck can expect a reaction. I mean, necks are very sensitive. And it's because most people don't put a lot of their products on their neck. So then when they try to use the retinol on their neck, they're going to get retinol neck. And I get red stripes across my neck where it like bakes in there with my neck rolls when I'm sleeping. It gets so dry, but you can push through and you can take some night off.
And I love like the plant-based retinols too. Like if you're really sensitive, I use the Revision plant-based retinol. I love it.
Yeah. I think the DJ Night Cream has the plant-based.
Oh, we have to talk about face masks.
Oh yeah, we do.
We do because I love that, and the pimple patches.
Okay. So let's answer these.
St. Ives good for exfoliating?
Absolutely not.
No, it's like putting like gravel on your face.
Yeah.
You know, like no.
It's like putting almond shells on your face.
No, please don't do that. Does my skin break out after waxing? Why does my skin break out after waxing my lips or brows?
So it's the same as with dermaplaning. So as soon as those hair follicles come out, that's an open pore right there. And so anything that they're using afterwards can definitely cause a breakout, and people can get folliculitis from waxing as well, which is just an inflammation of the hair follicle. And that's very common. Another kind of word for it is an ingrown hair, but folliculitis is just inflammation of that. So using like good active ingredients before and after, like glycogen salicylic acid, can prevent folliculitis, and then things like clindamycin gel or an antibiotic gel can prevent folliculitis.
And why does dairy or eggs make me break out? So that's inflammatory. Dairy has also got a lot of hormones
in it.
So does eggs. So like if you're gonna do dairy, first of all, don't do dairy. But if you're going to, just try to go hormone free, antibiotic free, and really try to minimize it. Dairy, gluten, and sugar are really inflammatory, and they grow bacteria or yeast. So
so those hormones that are in milk, they're just going to help. They're going to make you produce more oil, and then that oil is going to inflame your pores.
Under eye puffiness, eye cream top or bottom.
Okay. So under eye puffiness is a hard one.
Under eye puffiness is basically inflammation.
It is.
So you can use like cucumber, anti-inflammatories. DEJ eye cream is great for that.
DEJ eye cream, because it has a little bit of the caffeine in it, also helps with puffiness like immediately.
Gua Sha is great. The roller
is great for lymphatic drainage. The lymphatics under your eye are very, very, very delicate. And so
taking dairy out is great.
Yeah.
So like rosacea, taking the dairy and gluten out is like number one. It's like helps your rosacea so much.
Yeah. But under eye puffiness, it depends on the type too, because ultimately if you have like under eye bags, or what we call like festoons or something like that, ultimately like things like lasers, things like surgery and stuff like that is ultimately kind of like the standard. But there's good eye creams.
I mean, if you want to do a skin consult, you can just FaceTime us.
Yeah, we do Zoom and FaceTime skin consults. They're $50, but that goes towards whatever products you purchase, so they're basically free.
Yeah.
And masks. Can you talk about masks? These are my favorite.
Yeah.
So what are our favorite masks? I need my sulfur mask.
And I'm also gonna make a mask.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make a mask. I forgot you're gonna make a mask.
I'm making a mask.
Okay, we're gonna make a fun at-home mask.
Can you get me my ingredients?
Do we have a bowl?
Yes.
Okay, so while we're getting the ingredients, I'm gonna talk about my favorite mask.
I got the bowl.
Which is sulfur mask.
It's right there. Yeah, you talk about your sulfur mask.
Okay. So sulfur mask, this is a sulfur-based mask. It is great for people who have acne-prone skin, people who have a lot of oil production. It is blue, so it's a cute color. It does not smell horrible, even though my husband would disagree. He says I smell like dirt, but I don't think it does. But this is great. You can use it like for 20 to 30 minutes as a mask to help clean out pores, to get rid of acne. You can use this as a spot treatment, which is what I do all the time. I sleep in this as a spot treatment. Sulfur mask, one of my favorites. Are we gonna make a mask?
Yeah, so this is chickpea flour, and chickpea flour.
Hold on, let me tilt this down a little bit so that we can like see it.
I think you can see, right? So I'm taking chickpea flour and I'm putting it in here. It's this is a nice mask that like my mom has always made.
It's very anti-inflammatory.
It's anti-inflammatory, and also like soaks up all the excess oil. And there's yogurt. Yogurt also has a lot of like probiotics.
Put it up here so you can see better here.
So you put this in here.
So yogurt and chickpea flour.
And then we have like curcumin. So I'm just opening up some curcumin capsules.
Yes.
Which I'll put in here.
Can you open up one more?
Yeah. And then we'll just mix it.
How did you get that open?
And so
you can't do it.
the curcumin is antibacterial. And the yogurt is also antibacterial, but it's also probiotic. And nowadays, like the whole Revision Caroline actually has probiotics in it.
So it's all about your skin supporting, just like the microbiome of your gut, which we've talked about, I think, in like the first episode of this. But
we actually put a lot of our acne patients on probiotics.
So the microbiome of your skin is just as important.
Hannah, can you show us your picture before you started with your skin?
And then let's put this mask on Hannah.
Let's put it on you.
On me?
On anyone.
Just put it below my eyes.
Okay.
I have mascara and eyebrows on.
Okay, we'll put it on. Oh, I brought a mask.
Look how nice this mask looks. And
it does look good.
It smells so good, and it like your skin will thank you.
Sounds like a parfait.
So when I was growing up, my mom used to put this on all the time.
Yeah,
for me.
Let's put it on Hannah.
Okay, but can you show us your picture?
It's on my phone, and my phone's alive, but we'll post it.
Okay. Okay. No, I'll put it on here.
Okay. Just sit on my lap. Wait, lay back.
While y'all are doing that, where can you purchase chickpea flour?
Amazon.
You can get it at Wegmans. I think they have it at Wegmans.
You can get anywhere.
I know, but I have eyebrows on. Whole Foods, Wegmans.
I know, but I gotta
Fresh
go somewhere
Market.
after this.
What?
Gotta go somewhere after this.
Are you going on a date after this? Your skin is going to look beautiful with the turmeric mask.
Look at all the pores will be so good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Oh my God, you're heavier than I thought you were.
It will also make you lose weight.
Oh, will it?
The turmeric is making me uninflamed.
Yeah, it's such a good mask, actually. I think you should put it in our regimen.
We should mass produce
The DIY facial. This is going really well.
It smells like Indian food too. Yeah, we make
It doesn't smell too much like Indian food though.
pakoras out of chickpea flour.
It's tolerable smelling.
It doesn't smell like too like.
Pakoras are really good.
They are
Try
good.
them. So any Indian person will tell you chickpea flour is like a staple.
Mm-hmm.
Here, go show them in the camera.
Okay.
What it looks like.
And then it's going to dry up and it's going to get hard on your face and then crack.
and then wash off.
Then you wash it off.
How long does it take? Like 30 minutes to get?
Like maybe 15.
Looks great. I'll show everyone on Instagram.
We have enough for like 5 people here.
Who's next? They want to know if we can put an ingredients list up.
Yes, we will.
It's
We'll
only
recipe
3
out.
things: chickpea flour, yogurt, and turmeric.
And
I'm
there's-
really hoping it gets rid of
Our
this.
Amazon links for chickpea flour in.
Yes, and there's really no ratio.
You're
right?
welcome, Morgan.
Just mix it until it looks good.
Yeah. So good.
Okay, do we have any other questions?
Oh, and my favorite mask.
Oh yeah.
is-
Where'd it go?
You can get chickpea flour
Oh, right here. I have it. I have
at
it.
all
Oh,
Indian
this is,
stores.
I put this on all my patients after I
Morgan said we
inject
need the
them.
deeds of the date.
After I inject them, I put this on all my patients because it's
Yes.
so
Cooling.
delicious smelling.
Yes. And this is part of the if you do the fire and ice facial, which is also the red carpet facial that we do before events and stuff.
Who's Artistry James? Does anyone know who that is?
That's
No.
right.
Oh, he said bake at 350.
Yes.
Oh.
Actually, fry it.
fry it, deep fry it.
Deep fry it.
But this is part of the fire and ice facial, and this is like the last step, and it feels
It smells
so good after the.
It smells.
It
I
kinda
could.
sounds like a
I
Jell-O
need a
shot.
perfume like this.
So Leah, how are we gonna fix my acne before my date? What are we putting on?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
This is the last thing that we're going to talk about is what to do if you have a pimple.
Oh yes,
so,
that one.
So I think it's so important because not a lot of us get a ton of breakouts, but most of us Most of us get a breakout at some point. So this is what I like to do, and I'm gonna. Hannah had a pimple right now. I was gonna show you before we put this mask on, but
I'll just wash it off.
No,
don't wash it off.
Just off my lip.
Do you have a pimple?
It's okay. We can just talk through it.
She has a pimple.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's underneath her skin. So
Come sit down.
Okay.
What do we do? So if you have a pimple on your face, so she has one that's coming up on her nose. So she's going to do her normal skincare routine. So she's going to cleanse her face. She's going to tone her face. Or exfoliate her face, and then she's going to tone her face. If you're going to put a mask on, you can skip your toner and then put your toner on after. The first step that we would do, that I usually do when I have a pimple, is the sulfur mask. You guys see this? So it's a blue mask. So we're going to apply a little bit of this on the pimple as a spot treatment. So if you have a bunch of pimples, you can obviously put this all over your entire face. But if you have one pimple, I usually leave it on a spot treatment. So I would leave this on for like 25 to 30 minutes. And then at the end of 25 to 30 minutes, this will be kind of cracky and it'll be dry. And then we'll wash this off. So I need something to wipe this off with.
Just use the
Okay.
Just use the mask.
Okay. So you would wipe this off. You're going to have to actually wash it off because it's going to be dry. And then I would put on the rest of my skincare routine. So I would usually do, like for me, I would do my oil control pads. And then I would put on my retinol and then my eye cream. And then that night, so if it's an under the skin bump, I'm going to use these Mighty Patch Micro Point Blemishes. These are like my favorite things. These actually have little tiny like pokey things on them that deliver salicylic acid to the pimple that's like brewing underneath. So these are great for under the skin pimples, and we're going to carry these at our office soon, I think. So these are great. So if I have an under the skin pimple brewing, I'll use this. If I have one that's already kind of come to a head, I'll use these Mighty Patches. These are a hydrocolloid patch. They're just going to absorb all that junk. So you know, like when you have a pimple and like it pops and then like the next morning you wake up and it's just filled back up with junk. Mm-hmm. So the patch will actually absorb all of that junk overnight and you'll see it on the patches.
So really she has one underneath. So can we put one on?
Yeah, so we'll put one of these on.
And then we also have this. This is really cool.
Yeah, so this is what I would use the next morning. So
this is the Correct and Conceal.
Yes. So I put one of these patches on her. And it doesn't hurt.
Are you scared?
Just stick it on her really well.
Okay, you didn't feel it?
So these actually, I've used a bunch of other pimple patches, and these stick the best. So like even on her nose, like where it's the worst, it sticks really well. And it'll stay on all night. Like, it won't come off in your bed or anything. Okay, so then the next morning she would sleep on it. If it's an under the skin, it usually doesn't show anything on the actual pimple pad. But if it's an over the skin pimple, it'll show like all this white junk on the pad. And you take it off, and that's all the junk from your pimple. Then the next morning we would take this off, and then because you have an open pimple, there's kind of two tricks, which one of them I didn't bring. But if you have a pimple that is like really irritated, sometimes if I have to wear makeup or if I want to look good that day, I'll put liquid Band-Aid on top of it just to seal the pimple. If it's just a normal one, then what I'll use is the ZO Correct and Conceal. So this is actually a concealer, but it has salicylic acid in it. So you're actually treating the pimple while you're concealing it. We'll take this off. Didn't hurt coming off, right? Okay.
You might want to put that on her finger because I've put that directly on my face.
Okay. You should show on the back of your hand. There you go. I think this might be the light. You probably need a medium, but so it's a really good just concealer. Do you have like a freckle I can try to cover up with it? Let's see.
Do that one right on her neck thing.
Right here?
Yeah.
That's a little mole.
So we can also inject your under the skin pimple with Kenalog.
This is really good. It just conceals it. It's not too heavy. It works really great for red pimples. But it's also going to be treating it at the same time, so you're not causing more. So that's what I do if I have a pimple.
Kenalog.
And Kenalog. I do
You've
Kenalog.
injected me before.
Yes. If I have an under the skin pimple, I do
Also,
Kenalog.
micro Botox.
Yes, Botox helps so much with oil production.
Because Botox shrinks pores and decreases oil. Blue lights.
Yeah. So blue light is also really helpful for acne. It kills bacteria, reduces inflammation, so it's great for under the skin pimples.
I think the one thing that people don't realize is Botox. They do come back though when they do their forehead Botox. They're like, my acne's gone.
Yes, and I saw Hannah says that her acne's gone. I saw this someone posted on Instagram. It was like they had just gotten their Botox and they weren't supposed to sweat after their Botox, but they went and exercised after their Botox like they weren't supposed to. They literally had areas that were like white and hadn't sweated at all where their Botox was injected.
Well, because Botox is used for sweating too, right?
Yeah. So it decreases sweating and decreases sebum or oil.
We love Botox here. Like love. And we can't wait to inject tomorrow. We are starting tomorrow.
Yes.
So
but taking all the precautions.
We're taking multiple precautions. We have shoe covers, we have UV light, we have masks, we have everything.
Yes. Yes. Oh, and the email Cameron just told us the email will go out today with all the policies. We're just asking that if you come in, you either bring your own mask or we'll provide you with one.
And please make sure you're not sick. Be honest about it.
Yes, and don't come in here if you're sick. So, any other last questions?
We have things we were going to talk about, like microneedling, but we ran out of time.
I think we're going to have to do another one on like in-office treatments.
Yeah.
Like microneedling, lasers.
I mean, let's take a look at Hannah's mask now.
It's drippy.
It's drippy. But she looks so pretty.
It's really a great color.
Yellow is really your color.
It's my yellow undertones.
Did you just flip that to you? Okay, guys, what do you want to hear about next week?
My mom will be very proud.
Your sister is loving it.
I think we should call it my mom's mask.
Yes.
Or her cousin. I'm sorry. We'll post it.
Okay, what should we talk about next week? Anything? Put in the comments. We'll also put a poll up on Instagram, and we'll put a post up on Facebook. Or we can do a poll on Facebook too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll put a poll up on Facebook and Instagram with some ideas, and then you guys can tell us if you come up with anything different that you.
James says the Phantom of Regenesis.
The Phantom of
Regenesis.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, let us know if you have questions.
I was thinking of like treatments, like aesthetic treatments or hair.
Yeah, hair rejuvenation is a good one. Okay, we can talk about PRP.
Or we could talk about Botox and fillers and the differences.
Yeah.
You know.
And we can even maybe we'll bring in some models and like do like a full facial consultation or something. That'd be cool. Yeah. So you guys just let us know what you want to hear about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be something completely different.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like
it could be if I can post mine.
Anything.
Oh, yeah. I can share the video. Here's my acne.
Oh, Hannah's going to share it to Instagram. We can't share it for those of you on Facebook. We'll post a picture.
Yeah.
But this is what Hannah looks like before she started her acne regimen.
That's really the only reason she started working in.
Yeah. Just so she could get free acne consultations. Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. We love you guys. Talk to you next week. Bye.